Season 7 just launched and we got the full patch layout. I'm also going to cover some additional things that weren't in the patch notes, which does include some brand new teasers. There's some additional out-of-game bundles, and a pretty decent sized giveaway that you guys have been waiting for. We got a ton to talk about. What's up world, it's Utopia here back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the final. Okay, so first off here, let's go over Season 7, everything that's new very quickly. We'll spam through this section as I have videos detailing everything. If you do want full breakdowns on sponsorships, battle pass, all the cosmetic updates, shop update, and how the old battle pass system works. All of that is on my channel and more. We'll run down it very quickly here though. Or first off, of course we got a brand new map. That one is labeled Nozomi Citadel, and they actually did give a full layout map here. I love when they do release these so you can see kind of the callout sections. They honestly really do probably help the pro community actually establish those. So pretty cool they provided this one right away. And you can even see the separation between VIA and CNS. Of course with Season 7 we got 3 new gadgets. You've probably seen these a ton already. We have the H+ Infuser for light, we have the Breach Drill for medium, and the Healing Emitter for heavy. And yes, you can get an elimination with the ball. Apparently Oscar did so on stream. So pretty cool to see that there. We also got brand new sponsorships. This time it is between 2. So there's no third sponsorship, but that's because it's CNS versus VIA. So we have those 2 sponsorships you can choose between. And we do see both of their outfits showcased here. Now I do again have this video on my channel breaking down the 2 sponsorships. However, in that preview build, they actually didn't have the VIA outfit out there just yet. We can see that here now though, just in case you did miss that. Now of course there's a new Season 7 Battle Pass. I break this down in another video, however, I will go over the tiers very quickly. So they did add a 3rd tier to this. There is now a free track, a premium battle pass, a premium plus, and an ultimate battle pass. So I guess you could technically say 4 tracks, but there is 3 paid. We've always had those initial 3 though, the free track, the premium, and the premium plus. The premium plus essentially netted you a plus 20 level instantly unlocked, so it boosted you to level 21. However, of course we have this new track called the ultimate battle pass. Now they mentioned this is the best way to go all in, as it does encapsulate the premium plus, and of course the free track, all encapsulated into this one. But there's some additional rewards there. So with this, you also get 1,000 multi-bucks up front and a 25% XP bonus. You'll get 20 levels unlocked because of the premium plus, and there is 10 extra elite rewards. So there are these new ultimate rewards here that you can swap back and forth between that you can see. And most of these aren't just recolors. In fact, outfits completely change for a lot of these. And they all seemingly have full new VFX and FX, meaning that they do make special sounds. And these are insanely detailed. You can tell a lot of work went into these ultimate outfits. On top of that, because you're getting 1,000 multi-bucks up front, and if you unlocked everything in the battle pass, you'll get a total of 2,575 multi-bucks. That includes the 1,500 from the battle pass and 1,000 initially. Now this was a great mention on stream. People were asking, what happens if I buy the premium or premium plus? And then I wanted to go ahead and buy the ultimate battle pass. Am I going to get refunded anything, or is anything going to happen with that? And yes, here they do mention that you'll get an instant refund of 1,150 multi-bucks. Really happy to hear that. A lot of games do that when you do upgrade, they refund you the multi-bucks that you did spend. However, in this case, for the ultimate battle pass, this one is $29.99. So essentially is $30. And it is not purchasable with multi-bucks. And you can actually see via Steam, this is a bundle or an Ultimate Battle Pass bundle. So this is separate from the normal multi-buck system. I had this asked over and over on stream, do I think it's worth it? 100% I do think the Ultimate Battle Pass is worth it if you have the extra money. A lot of these outfits would go for way more on other games. Not going to mention them directly, but the quality into these outfits could sometimes range from $100 to $300. If you don't believe me, just check other games. So the fact that you're getting several of these included in a battle pass for $30, and everything else like the 25% XP increase, which is essentially a free Game Pass sub, although I don't know if it's combined there or if those combined together. Yeah, I would definitely say this is very worth it. Now, of course, with the new Battle Pass, we also have the old Battle Pass system. Again, break this down in a video for you, but essentially we have Seasons 1 through 4, with Season 5 and Season 6 not being there with Season 7. Season 5 will unlock with Season 8, and it will always be 2 seasons behind. There's a show token system. You'll earn 1 to 2 per match. Again, I'm not sure on how many it was. I think it might be 2 for a win and 1 for losing, but I'm not 100% for sure on that. And it's like other battle passes, you have to unlock previous pages to unlock the next reward. Season 1 also does get the Crimson Point set. which is a red version of the black outfit from the Season 1 Battle Pass. And yes, everyone that buys this Season 1 Legacy Pass will get this brand new outfit. It does not matter if you're an OG owner. Jumping over to practice range, they had some new challenges and new practice range section. You can see that here where you can fight bots and actually earn a high score. Pretty fun there to min-max, and you can also do it with players, so you can even invite people in. We also do have the recruit and rise section that allows veteran players to invite newcomers and prospects to team up and play together, and there's some additional free rewards there. This is a massive one. There's going to be easier unlocks. Since they've added a bunch of new gadgets, weapons, sites, specializations, they want to have it so that new players can catch up. They're decreasing the VR cost across the board of all items during the Season 1 through 6, which have been dropped down to 500 VRs. And they're also increasing the VRs earned during your first 3 rounds played from 2,400 to 5,000. So absolutely insane there for new players. Moving on here, we do have our balance changes and bug fixes. I'll try to condense these as fast as possible so we're not here all day reading this. But essentially, arena carryables are much easier to activate now with their health pool dropping from 50 to 15. That also includes the glitch and goo barrels, which had their health reduced from 75 to 50. However, this also did apply to goo itself, which had its HP reduced from 300 to 240. So goo did get a bit of nerf there. They had a decent amount of gadget changes here, where this one applies to controller and is actually quite massive. They have now added aim assist for deployables. What does that mean? Essentially, that turrets, APS, and mines will now have at least a locking mechanism to them, meaning it's much easier for controller players to aim at them, so they will act as a player. Pretty cool there. Anti-grav cube had its cooldown reduced from 35 to 28. The APS got a buff again to 5 projectiles, and its health per shot has been reduced from 25 to 20%, meaning they are harder to destroy. Flashbang has now less punishing when looking away, which I've always thought was weird because normally when you look away from a flashbang, you actually don't get flashed. Glad they kind of did change that one. They were pretty strong. And the radius flash check has been reduced from 3 meters to 1 meter, so it is a bit shorter now, so they did get quite a nerf. We've already gone over the goo stuff, but they've also reduced it from 2x6 to 2x5, and Gravity Vortex had its cooldown reduced from 24 to 20 seconds, making it so you can use a few more gadgets more often. We of course had some game mode changes. Cash Out again had some spawn zone changes, with more locations being enabled. They've also increased their reconnect window from 2:10 to a match end, meaning you have until the match ends to reconnect. Wondering if they stole this system from Arc Raiders. Obviously they didn't steal it, it's their other game, but kind of cool there that you can reconnect all the way till the match ends. They have some new penalty updates for Cash Out, and this is for ranked tournament. First time quitters will take a full ranked score loss. Others will receive score based on placement, and ranked penalties have been reduced by 30% if a random teammate quits, not just for the party. So even if somebody does leave on you, you shouldn't take the full force of the blunt. They've also applied the reconnect window to terminal attack. And the hugest change with World Tour is that all maps have been unlocked for the entire season. There's not going to be any more weekly rotations, so super awesome to hear there. With that, they've also changed the progression and points with quick play, VRs, and win points. You can see those changes here. Essentially, they get buffed by 1 for second and third, with first place getting buffed by 2 points. We obviously saw the VR changes there, so really happy about that one. And for World Tour, they made it a bit easier to climb Emerald. It should speed it up by about 25%, where now even if you lose in the first round, you get 2 points, where previously it was 0. So some progression is made even if you do lose. Now there was a decent chunk of balance changes for weapons. 9-3R got a bit of a buff here with the magazine increase from 21 to 24. Cerberus had its pellet reduced from 10 to 9, with a full shot doing 99 damage now, reducing its overpowering burst potential on close range. Chaos 23 got a bit of a buff with the environmental damage, 700 to 1000, so it's a bit stronger at breaking walls. The LH1 got a damage increase from 40 to 42. The minigun also got environmental damage increased. A lot of people were asking for that one, so quite huge. This one is the more, I guess, controversial change of the balance patches, or at least the one that's being talked about a ton, which the sledgehammer actually did end up getting nerfed. So the primary attack went from 115 down to 100, where the secondary attack went from 200 to 154. Now the secondary attack still one-shots a light, but it does seem like some people are a little bit upset with the sledgehammer nerf. I do think that melee should be viable. I actually find it to be really cool that melee is viable in an FPS. I think that is what overall makes the finals unique. Now the ghost hitting stuff with the sword and the kind of quick melee stuff that people were doing, that definitely needed to be changed. Some of that stuff did seem a little bit overpowered, but I do find it overall pretty cool for melee to be viable. Hoping they do somehow find a happy medium with melee. They are pretty good about reverting things and bringing things back in line with how they used to be. I would just give it a few weeks and see what their data brings back. and hopefully you guys get the change that you do want there. Moving on here, we had a ton of bug fixes. Again, I'm not going to read these out or I would literally be here all day, but I will go over this one major one, where yes, they have finally implemented the new weapon system. So they have moved most of the game's semi-automatic and automatic weapons over to a new underlying weapon system. This means issues like I can't shoot or I can't ADS bugs should be a thing of the past. They'll also be moving that over to shotguns, lever actions, pump actions, and bolt actions. So pretty cool there, they are actually bringing that new weapon system out they teased a while back. That does cover for the patch notes side of things. There was one more thing here, and that was the Season 7 launch trailer. But there was actually two significant teasers with the trailer. Now, Rob mentioned to me on stream that there was going to be some secrets with this one, and he didn't disappoint there. There definitely is some really cool things here. Or first off, in one of these frames here, we do have a ball that kind of rolls around. Looks like we might be getting some sort of soccer LTM or something with a ball. Really excited and can't wait to see that one. And then we also have this last teaser here, which is some sort of Godzilla / hammerhead creature. Looks super cool here. And it also looks next to the Heavy Hitter Stadium. So another LTM teaser here. Again, I'm super happy they are leaning more into LTMs. I can't wait to see what those entail. Next up here, if you didn't see, we actually had some Twitch drops. Now that these are live, I can actually publicly share them. Again, I'm really sorry for that, Embark. It actually seems like they didn't announce these just yet, but they are live over on the Twitch website. And you can see those did start today at 6 a.m. Or we got 2 Nullifier skins, a Lemon on a Stick, and a Stream Supreme. Now the Lemon on a Stick is actually a call out to Oscar, or he called the Watermelon on a Stick a Lemon on a Stick. You could see that clip here.
It is what it is, right? Anyways, Lemon on a Stick. Maybe that's an old one, actually.
So yeah, just a funny callback to Oscar, and they actually did make a lemon on a stick. We have a few more mentionables here that actually weren't in the patch. This first one is there actually is more realistic and smooth structure collapses. Essentially, a lot of the destruction is more realistic, where buildings will now collapse more realistically, and even a crane can go through multiple layers of a building. So really cool there. They're going to be adding that to more objects over time. We also look like we're getting a new game show event that's coming. This one here says wall hack activated. So I guess you're going to see everybody through walls. Moving on here, it looks like we did have some brand new shop bundles. The first one here is a PS bundle, which is called Wireframe Wreckers Set. Since Xbox got some exclusive stuff, it seems like they are throwing PlayStation some stuff too. Speaking of that, I do have a ton of giveaways. I'm going to be giving away 5 Battle Pass codes. This is for the premium tier. So if you want to head over to my Discord, that giveaway will be posted. And I also have a bunch of $10 multi-bucks codes. So $10 multi-bucks and Battle Pass codes to give away. That'll be on the giveaway channel on my Discord. Again, you can enter by simply clicking the button. I will do a few for just level 1. You really only need to type a few messages, nothing crazy. And then maybe I'll put some at level 5 and maybe 1 or 2 at level 10 plus. And you can earn those fairly fast, and I'll kind of vary it when those get given away. Some in a day or so, some in a couple days, so you'll have plenty of time to join. Last up here, we do have those features from the Star Models page. First up here, we have a frequent Star Models one, who goes by the name of Flack. This one is a really fun one and a cosplay of Salvatore Ganacci. Hope that's how you say the name. But it is a classic song and music video, if you haven't seen it from a few years ago. And he definitely makes this one work, even though there is no tracksuit. Next up here, we have one from Frostbite, who, you guessed it, did make a Spider-Man one here. This one looks sick. I'm so surprised people have been able to figure these out. It definitely shows off a classic Spider-Man here. Next up here, we have one from Rush. This was around the time of Easter, but he has Heist Bunny, and it definitely gives off those vibes, especially from maybe even like GTA. Another one here, we have one from Walta, who's calling this one The Light. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but he made this one look really cool in his player card. Definitely super dynamic and different. And last but not least, we have one here from Kitsune0805. And he did do a Homelander cosplay. Again, I'm not sure how you guys do these and make these so close to the real thing, but definitely a really, really good one there as well. Overall, that's what I'll cover for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce!